please.
What the fuck? Dude,
Oh my, oh no! I jumped over him! God fucking damn it! After perusing the Titanfall 2 forums and seeing the feedback from the players that experienced it firsthand over the past couple of weekends for the pre-alpha tech test, it seems that people wanted The Hangover Part 2, basically a copy-paste with the new setting and more variation. Instead, Respawn delivered The Hangover Part 3. It is the same core elements of why people like the first one, but taking it in a new direction that makes for a great piece, just not for the same reasons as the first one. My opinion is that Part 3 is miles better than Part 2, because it still has the same story-twisting elements of the first one, those knee-slapping moments of hilarity, and evolving the development of the characters, albeit with less laughs and shocking moments. But Part 2 was all shock and no substance, which is why it wasn't as funny, and the story was too outlandish to even believe. Here's the thing that I still can't seem to comprehend. People give franchises like Call of Duty and Battlefield shit for being copy-paste every year, yet Titanfall 2 is eviscerated because it tries to make changes to differentiate from the first game and perhaps attract a new audience. Now that the game is competing directly with Infinite Warfare due to the launch dates, the first game was launched in March, not October, so it didn't have to directly compete with any other game in the genre, and it doesn't have the platform exclusive excuse anymore. It needs to do better than the measly 3,000 to 4,000 people that stayed with the game after the first few months of launch. Also, the PS4 players aren't the ones littering the forums with their comparisons because 1, people that are more positive generally aren't as vocal, and 2, they didn't play the first game to compare and contrast based on 4 days of playing a fraction of a game. The movement is still buttery smooth. I thought I did better than I actually did. You do?
Oh, fuck you both.
I don't know, I like how smooth this game still feels. Although it could be a bit faster for my taste, which is what the developers had tweaked after the first iteration of the tech test, but it still needs to go a little bit further. The momentum building wall run mechanics are still there, however there aren't as many blatant spots as there were in the maps of the first games. I think this has a lot to do with the introduction of the grappling hook, which I believe is a fantastic addition to the Titanfall game. It's an almost must-use on the Homestead map, which is a fucking shittily designed map, by the way, and with the new Titan Rodeo mechanic, more on that later, it makes things much more action-oriented if you use the grappling hook than using my favorite perk from the first game, Stim. It's clear that much of the game's design revolved around this mechanic, so make it standard for everyone's kit, not just a tactical item you could choose to use. I want hook and Stim, or hook and cloak. And yes, there still are those oh shit moments for those people that say there aren't any.
I'm getting on B. I don't know what you're talking about. Look,
oh, that was sick! Oh, JGG and Crispier King, put that shit on the grill! Yes, you heard that correctly, Black Ops 2.
What the fuck?
And there's a triple play, cable internet, and... So yeah, the time to kill is much lower than it was in the first game. I like this change. The movement system still requires people to track pilots and their trajectories as they zip and fly across the map with the hook, but now this time your shots actually feel impactful, unlike before. Having a mid-tier reward like the amped weapons or tick is another great addition, as it allows people to feed the carrot before getting to drop their Titan. The pilot versus pilot engagements in this game feel better than the first one actually, although I still can't wrap my head around the devs' rationale for wanting to emphasize gunfights when the time to kill is so low that aim and movement aren't as big a part of the equation anymore. It just doesn't seem to make sense. People love that fast-paced movement, so ratchet that shit up a little bit. However, the other two types of engagements, Titan versus Pilot and Titan versus Titan, definitely took a step back from the first game. I like the battery system, I just don't like the rodeoing, where you jump off the Titan, you jump back on the Titan, I feel like I'm having sex with the Titan. You're on the Titan, you're off the Titan. You're putting it in its hole, you're taking it out of its hole. You know, it's like fucking. The new Titan Rodeo system fucking sucks. There's just no other way to say it. Having to hop on and off a Titan like a girl having sex with a dude whose dick is too small and keeps on slipping out of the vagina is not my idea of fun. I actually do like the battery system somewhat, as it rewards teamwork, but instead of having to get off the fucking Titan each time, keep the pilot attached and just throw the shit backwards, then toss down as many grenades as you have while still keeping on the Titan. If you're using any other pilot ability other than the hook, then good fucking luck not getting killed trying to get on the Titan for the second time and the third time and the fourth time. If you take my suggestion, you combine the battery system that Titanfall 2 implements along with the rodeo mechanic that works so well in the first game. And can we please have an indicator that some other pilot is on top of a Titan already so that this shit doesn't happen? What the fuck? Why can't I get on this Titan? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, there's another guy on the Titan already. Fuck! Since the rodeo mechanic is so fucking wonky in this game, it forces the pilots to use the anti-Titan weapons. That is, if you choose not to equip a pistol, which is asinine compared to the ability of having 3 weapons like in the first game. But if you change the rodeo mechanic, you passively nerf the anti-Titan weapons because it's worth it to try and bring down the beast in the rodeo manner, and it forces players in Titans to either get out or use the electric smoke instead of just ignoring the rodeoing player like I usually do, because it's more dangerous to get out than to actually stay inside. This is why the anti-Titan weapons felt so powerful, and why they needed a nerf was because it was the only thing that the pilots could do to take out the Titans other than getting a Titan of your own. Oh, here we go. Give me that arm. Get that fucking abortion. Speaking of which, the Titan versus Titan battles feel pretty joyless now. No longer is there that rock, paper, scissors tactics necessary for knowing when to deploy your ordnance versus when to throw up your vortex while your shield recharges, as there's no recharging shield in this game. This is a dumb design decision, as now the Titan battles are much more a game of ganging up on one Titan with multiple Titans, instead of using my skill to take down multiple Titans as just one Titan when you know the timing of the shield recharging versus weapon deployment. It was a cat and mouse type of game, which is all but abandoned now. I'd like to see the shield recharge return, with the battery giving you the ability to regain Titan health, along with some extra dashes for Titans. I know the Titans they gave us aren't the speedy ones, but even the Ogre had one single dash. I have to waste the perk for getting one dash on Scorch, which, by the way, please stop infesting every single FPS game with a hero type of deal. It works in games like Overwatch, Battleborn, and Team Fortress 2, and it seems like a dumb add-on in games like Titans and Titanfall, the Specialists in Call of Duty, and the class loadouts in Lawbreakers and Quake Champions. 400 to 0! Let's go! Shut the fuck out! That being said, a lot of the negative feedback regarding the first game had to do with fighting against bots, so they relegated the bots to only certain game modes like Bounty Hunt, which I actually think was a good take on attrition when people being forced into interactions with both AI and players versus the other mode, which was just running around aimlessly and every once in a while have an engagement with another pilot. I understand why they put bots in the first game, and if they bring back non-objective based game modes like attrition or maybe even Last Titan Standing, then I suggest they keep the bots in there in order to keep the pace of the game moving and to allow players to earn their Titans. Removing bots from objective game modes is actually a good idea, because I would normally just fucking ignore the bots in order to get to the objectives. If the AI is going to continue to be so terrible that they're only around for cannon fodder to get Titans and not actually put up a fight or get objectives, they really just get in the fucking way most of the time. And as a note, if I join a game late, please give me some help though, so I'm not thrown into a shit show and not ever be able to earn a Titan. Alright, well, I just joined this game late, so this should be fun. There's a Titan over there. There's no point in getting into a game late and getting fucking absolutely destroyed. It's about as much fun as repeatedly hitting yourself in the dick. The other main issue from the first game was variety. The level cap for this tech test was only 15, and there were already about as many weapons as there were in the first game. And I know for a fact that there were guns in the trailer and of the single player gameplay which I saw which weren't present in the build that we got, so I'm pretty confident they addressed that issue. However, I'm still worried about the perks and Titan loadouts, as I didn't get the feeling that there would be an abundance of choices for the random beepity bops in that area. However, the devs also stated that the rationale behind the outline of the enemies was due to the vast customization in the game, which is a good thing for people that want to play dress up in their FPS game. Overall, I really did enjoy the Titanfall 2 tech test. I know many people wanted the same shit as the first game, but with more variety, but I'm actually glad they went this route in spite of the fact that I'm not too fond of how some of their decisions turned out. I can go back and play the first Titanfall whenever the fuck I want to, and given the responses I've seen on the forums, I know that there will be enough players to find a game. If I want a slightly different experience, I could throw in the sequel, which still has the same epicness of the first game, and this time with more elements that I enjoy in an FPS game. I don't like killing bots distracting me from getting to eliminate enemy players or abort Titans. I love being able to zip around the map with a grappling hook and snapping someone's neck who's camping up on a building. I hope that they find a way to incorporate some of the things that I think would make the 3 types of engagements better, because then it would be the perfect sequel which straddles the line between copy and paste and expansion on a great foundation. Oh, but fuck the one-hit melee from front bullshit. Also, listen to the music that you guys are requesting from me. Are you fucking kidding me? See, that's why one-hit melee is bullshit! I'm not really sure if there's going to be another beta, and I hope there is, maybe with some of the changes I've outlined here, but I'm going to purchase it either way, because I think it's a great game. I've been The Schwantz27, out like Tony Romo. Until next time.